there was a fight to create the Africana Center, and there's going to be a fight to keep it.
That's right.
Undergraduate major, and your class of 11?
Technically, I'm 2012.
Oh, okay.
Because I was smart.
Okay, very good. And then after this, we'll entertain questions that you might have.
I'm class of 2012 because I decided that I wanted to add Africana studies on as a second major. I started off in urban and regional studies, and I came to Cornell thinking that that was a department for me. I was able to make change to that department, but I found that, when we're talking about race and class and black issues, it's not there. So one time that I could talk about race freely was when I was taking Professor Turner's class, and that was a great introduction into what I've really become passionate about, making change in my community. And I thought this was a place for me. I have a statement that I want to read that me and Alyssa, want to read. Do you want to read it with me? Okay. Alyssa Clutterbluck is a second-year grad student. And I feel like before I read this, I just want to say what everybody doesn't want to say. This is a really racist decision.
That's right.
This is racist.
That's right, kid. Tell it. Tell it.
I'll read the statement. It's a joint statement from me and Alyssa. 41 years after the Africana Studies and Research Center was founded, the department's autonomy has been taken away. On Wednesday, December 1st, we were met with shock, horror, sadness, and profound disappointment at what appears to be an institutional lynching of our program, center, history, and political ideals. Without notice or consideration for the stressful time of the semester, students in Africana Studies were called to a meeting with just 2 days' notice and informed that Africana will no longer report to the provost's office and will be subsumed under the College of Arts and Sciences. We were also informed that these plans have been in the works for months but were sprung on the students at the very end of the semester. This decision was made entirely by the provost. It is unilateral, patronizing, and autocratic. It was done with absolutely no discussion with students, faculty, staff, and alumni of Africana Studies or with communities of color in Ithaca. We believe that this is taking Africana Studies down a path to destruction. This decision prompted our current director to resign from his post on principle. We fully support his decision as well as the statements made on behalf of the faculty. Africana's autonomy is historic. And this is important because we tend to forget history at Cornell. We're very ahistorical. I think sometimes we need to be reminded. The fight for this autonomy was a result of student protests against overt racial hostility on campus, culminating in the Willis Drake Hall takeover. The precipitating event, a burning cross placed on Warwick House, the Black Women's Co-op on North Campus. We must not forget that the founding of Africana Studies in 1969 was also met with hostility. The founding director, Dr. James Turner, upon arriving to campus, required police escorts because of threats to his life and family. We must not forget that within a year after its founding, the Africana Center was set aflame by arsonists, an act that terrorized Black students and their allies on campus. In more recent decades, when similar proposals to take away Africana's autonomy were proposed, students and faculty mobilized to make it abundantly clear that this was not in the interest of students nor the discipline at large. The autocratic decision by the provost, which has been met with manning his position in the department, can only produce an environment of hostility and tension within a broader community. No good can come of this decision imposed in such a manner. This callous action totally disregards the countless Black students who came before us and demanded that this campus community create and maintain spaces for Black students and students of color to feel comfortable, supported, and nurtured. We urge that this decision be reversed and that the students, faculty, staff, alumni, and communities of color in Ithaca be fully integrated in the process of making Africana thrive. Thank you.
My name is Andrea Sielumumba. Oh, yeah. Indre Asye Lumumba. I have been here, not as much time, but I have been here 20 years. I have seen a few things. I would like to inform you that my colleagues, Professor Margaret Washington and Professor Josephine Allen, the first black woman to be tenured on this campus, we are members of an organization here called Cornell Black Professional Women's Forum. Because all these were caught off guard. They are out of town, and we want to make sure that all our voices are integrated in the statement that we're preparing. So our statement is not ready, but we're working on it, so I wanted to communicate this to you. But I just want to say the incredible irony. We declare minority, and yet the voice of that minority is so feared, so much feared, that they want to control it. Think about it. If you're a minority, well, you can make all the noise in the little corner. It shouldn't matter. But why? Why are they so obsessed about controlling that voice? And the viciousness of taking such action when students are busy. I think Cornell should have some kind of soul searching of all the events, tragic events last year. They should be a little more careful, mindful about student well-being. Who has served for more than 20 years. No problem ever. Of course, in a human community, there will always be problems. Otherwise, it will be unnatural, artificial. So there were issues, but he had developed ways, extraordinary skills to deal with those issues. I served as a faculty fellow in Ujamaa from 1992 until 2000, when I became faculty in residence on West Campus. And upon the completion of this position, I came back, and I'm now again a faculty fellow in Ujamaa. I have seen this young man sitting there, working hard, day and night. I nicknamed him Dr. Gadget, Inspector Gadget, always on duty, always doing something. You would want, especially after they decided to take him away and came the many tragic events, I thought that maybe Cornell would think, if Ken Glover was so successful in managing Ujamaa with no problem, maybe after all we need to learn from him. How did you do it? No, they went ahead with the same rigid idea. We have the power and authority. We decide and we go ahead with it, no matter what. So what they want at this time is to make sure that students, maybe a few of you will come, raise a little bit your voice, and then disperse, go for 1 semester, 1 month for the break, and then come back, and life will go on, and they will carry out their plan. What they tell some of us is that the bright student will spend time selecting student, critical minds, to come here. When a student read correctly all the contradiction, raise their voice, often they think it's the faculty that is behind. That's an insult to your intelligence. Many of you before you, as you have eloquently elaborated and as you know, fought. And it's your time. It's not the faculty behind you. And yesterday, I was proud, sitting in that room, after the meeting with the provost and the meeting with the student. I was proud and I told him, you didn't want to listen to us, to give us even a few hours, so we can, as Professor Harris and Professor all of them have expressed, so we can digest. You wanted to talk to the students immediately. In the end, it was wonderful that we didn't have time to interact with our students, and they were eloquent. the